Good evening, it's Thursday, it's 8 o'clock, I'm Matt Streuli, and this is the Matt Streuli Show on SouthWaves Radio. That was Heroes from last year's Eurovision Song Contest, which reminds me, if you need a good name for a quiz team, Eurovision Schlong Contest. Made me laugh. I'm Matt Streuli, you're listening to SouthWaves Radio. Hello, thanks for tuning in. I've played that song several times because I love it so much, it's really good. And actually, it's quite apt for what I'm going to talk about this week on my show, but also on my blog. Check me out, mattstreuli.uk. This week on my blog, I've written about my experience on the first ever, in the inaugural Youth Health Parliament. And I think if we were looking for a phrase to sum up the possibilities of, let's say, of the Health Parliament itself, how I feel towards it, is we have the opportunity to be heroes. We have the opportunity to come up with practical, reasonable policies that could actually change the lives of millions of people across the UK. And the vast majority of change has to be in the world of mental health. It is the biggest killer. And they are the demons in our mind. Yeah, deep and meaningful me. Get in touch with the show. You can tweet at Matt Streuli, MattStreuli. Why not tweet the station directly at SouthWaves Radio? Have a look. There's fantastic people running our Twitter feed. Get in touch with them. Say hello. And, of course, check us out on Facebook. I'm mattstreuli.uk. Just search that on Facebook. Otherwise, SouthWaves Radio. You're listening to Thursday night's Matt Streuli Show. Phil Oakley with Together in Electric Dreams. I'm Matt Streuli, and you're listening to SouthWaves Radio. Now, up next is our weekly track from Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox. They've just finished a tour in the UK, and it looked amazing. I'm so jealous that I didn't get to go. If you have a chance, I think they're somewhere in Central Europe at the moment. If you have a moment, have a look for them on social media and do follow them. They do some brilliant things, including this. This came out on April Fool's Day. I'm not going to say much more than that, but hey, I'm Matt Streuli, and I'm never going to give you up. Yes, you have been rickrolled. That was Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox with Never Gonna Give You Up. I love that version. It changes the meaning of the song almost, rather than being just a cheesy song you dance to. Yeah, we've all been to Reflex. Into a song that actually has quite a deeper meaning. I like that. Points. Kudos. Now, as I mentioned, for those of you who are new to my show, hello, I'm Matt Streuli, and I am a mental health blogger and a campaigner. This week, I write a blog every week, and this week's blog is about my experience at the inaugural session of the Youth Health Parliament. The idea is that we can work together and bring real change, or at least bring policies to the attention of those in power as to what changes need to be made, we feel, at least with the system. This week's blog, I've tentatively titled, We Are Living in a Time of Crisis. And the reason is that we have more teenagers self-harming than ever before. Our teenage pregnancy rate is quite low in the UK. In fact, I think it's at the lowest it's ever been. But our teenage self-harming rate is now higher than ever. Now, you could say, well, that must be because teenagers are now, there's services for them to come forward to. Well, there isn't. It's very sporadic and postcode lottery as to what services are actually available when it comes to mental health. More men die of suicide than cancer. And yet you see big campaigns about suicide and cancer. And mental health led to 9.9 million sick days in 2014. Think about those things, and why not read my blog whilst listening to this live version from the Scissor Sisters.
I love the tone, the tender laugh, gasping for an act.
When you hear live versions of songs like that, you realise, firstly, what a brilliant song it is. That it doesn't need all the digital things you hear on the album or the CD or whatever for it to be an incredible song. It's brilliantly written, and it's actually musically clever with all the chords and the pacing. It's a bit like comedy. You have to have timing and rhythm to it for it to get the best impact. That's a perfect example. And secondly, you realise how good a singer they are. I'm not playing them this week, but in the past I've played people like Jessie J and Lady Gaga. Now, I like their songs, they're alright, but actually I prefer the live version of their songs because you realise what an incredible singing talent they are. And saying that, if you have a moment, have a look for Sia doing a carpool karaoke thingy with James Corden. You realise what an incredible singer she is, and also she talks quite openly about her battles with addiction. Again, addiction is a form of mental health. Hello there, it's Thursday night and I'm Matt Streuli. You're listening to SouthWaves Radio and this is the Matt Streuli Show. I suffer from depression and anxiety. They're symptoms, I suppose, of a bigger condition I have called borderline personality disorder, and it's stuff that I write about and campaign about through my blog and through my work in social media. Now, up next tonight is a song that I think the first time I heard it was on an advert, and then it's one of those things when someone says, oh, that's an orange car, suddenly you spot them everywhere. You hadn't spotted one before, but now they're everywhere. Because you're aware of them, you're looking for them. Well, that's exactly the same with this song. It's called Little Boxes. This isn't the original. There's millions of different versions, but everywhere I go, this song follows me. To me, I mean, listen to the lyrics. I think it's a poem to music, as quite a few poignant songs are. Little Boxes, to me, talks about how the system treats us all the same, as if we all fit into one category. We all fit in boxes, we are all being made the same, but we're not. There is no such thing as normal. We are all bizarre, weird, wonderful, eccentric. Mental health is a scale, and there is no, there's what we would call normal is a massive, wide, open field. There is no sort of, yes, this small box is normal. And I think to me, that's what this song is saying. This song's saying that whether you're a university, an education system, a health system, you can't really put people in boxes because we are so weird and different and eccentric. And if anything, normal is very dull and boring. I'm Matt Streuli. It's Thursday night on SouthWaves Radio. Little Boxes there by Sniffy Dog and Adrienne Stifel. I don't know if I'm guessing Sniffy Dog's a person. You imagine with a name like Sniffy Dog that it'd be a bit more rappy, wouldn't you? Like Snoop Dogg. Anyway, I'm digressing. I'm Matt Streuli. Good evening. It's Thursday night. About halfway through my show, I tend to dip just a little bit so that we can come up towards the end and, we leave on a high. That's generally my aim, unless I'm not feeling high myself. This week in my blog, I talk about how maybe I suffer from pessimism, or I don't know what it is. It's probably my mental health condition that means that even when things are going well, and there's opportunities out there, a bit like the Youth Health Parliament, all the things that are opening their doors to me at the moment, my brain still keeps popping up and thinking about, you could just step in front of that bus, you could just kill yourself. And it's weird because I'm not desperately suicidal. I'm not, the world is horrible, I need to kill myself. It's more sort of, I don't have the energy to fight, to be happy all the time, and I don't know how on earth you people hold down a job, and I just don't understand it. How you don't break down every day. My brain just doesn't do it anymore, and it used to, and that's a bit frustrating. So up next is a song from Coldplay featuring Tuvlo or Tuvlo, I don't know, and I don't care. It's off their latest album, A Head Full of Dreams, and it's called Fun. And the lyrics of this song are probably written about a relationship, coming to an end, and, don't feel sad, things have naturally come to an end and we had fun. It wasn't a waste, it wasn't horrible, let's look back and go, this was good. Maybe I'm missing part of the story of the song, but when I hear this song, all I can think about is that this is the message I would want to send when I kill myself. That I didn't have a bad life, I don't want to appear ungrateful, and it was good. We had fun. Don't say it was all a waste, because it wasn't. Didn't we have fun? I'm Matt Streuli. It's Thursday night, and this is SouthWaves Radio.
Maybe we could again.
It's Thursday night. I'm Matt Streuli, and this is the Matt Streuli Show on SouthWaves Radio. Now it's time to kick ourselves up a gear. Much like my mental health, this show goes up and down. So we've had our down, now it's time to bring it up into gear and cheer ourselves up and give ourselves the energy to think that we can be heroes, just like our first song tonight suggested, that, we are the heroes of our time. Before we do that, though, I like this song just because it has a fantastic fade out at the end. It's also got a really catchy chorus. It's rocky. It makes you want to, get out there. And also, it makes me smile and laugh every time I hear it. The first time I played this song, I must have been 17 or 18. And I was dating someone at the time who had the same name as the title of this song. And they heard this song and thought, oh, this is great. It's a song about me. But they'd said that, obviously, without listening to the lyrics once. So I took great delight in then... this didn't end the relationship, or maybe it did. I don't know. Anyway, this is a song from a British rock band called Thunder. You should check them out if you've never heard of them. They've got some fantastic albums dating back nearly 20, 30 years. Anyway, this song is about one of their roadies who left and went on the run, in inverted commas, and had a sex change. She left to start a new... Well, he became a she and left to start a whole new life. She made up her mind to leave it behind. This is Amy's on the Run, SouthWaves Radio. I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. Before that, we had One Way or Another by Blondie. And before that, we had Aim is on the Run by Thunder. It's Thursday night. I'm Matt Streuli, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Matt Streuli Show here on SouthWaves Radio. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for sharing the link and getting your friends and family and co-workers and dogs, pets to listen to this show. It means a lot to me to have you all listening, to be checking out my blog as well. mattstreuli.uk, mattstreuli.uk. Thank you for getting in touch and enjoying the show. You've been tweeting in your masses. Some of you. One of you. Maybe. Up next tonight is Loreen, who was the winning song for Sweden at the 2012 Eurovision Song Contest, which was hosted in Azerbaijan, in Baku. The songs the year before and the year after, the winning songs, were completely different to this. This stands out. We'd had heavy rock with Lordi, we'd had ballads, we'd had all sorts, and as you heard, the first song tonight was last year's winning Eurovision song, Heroes by Man Zimmerlo. And it's a bit dancey, but it's almost a modern power ballad. That's how I describe it. It's an anthem. This song's different. It is a dance classic. And I swear, if you listen to any Eurovision since 2012, you will spot this song being played in the background. Maybe it's on a graphic screen or whatever. Anyway, here's Loreen from 2012's Eurovision Song Contest. That was Loreen, the winning song from 2012, who won for Sweden at the Baku Eurovision Song Contest. And that's it. We're at the end of the show. I know what you're thinking, but Matt, you've got another, nearly 10 minutes. It's because I'm playing quite a long song at the end, and I hate it when you have a really good song and you cut short the ending. So I'm going to let it play all the way to its natural conclusion. And you'll understand why when you hear it. It's got a fantastic keyboard, piano, solo-y thing. It's brilliant. I love the way it ends. Anyway, the ending's probably better than the actual song. No one tell Eric Clapton that, will you? Oops, spoilers. So, that was the 2012 winning song. We started the show with last year's winning song, which was by Man Zermelo. He is going to co-host this year's Eurovision Song Contest, which is in Sweden. They've won it more than anyone else now, and we're only 30-odd days away from this year's Eurovision Song Contest, so put the dates in your diary. It's going to be really good. Portugal's the only country who isn't taking part this year. I think there is a couple, but they haven't been taking part for a long time. There's a few more European countries who, as we're slowly coming out of the recession, are now starting to take part. I did have them written down, but Matt Streuli is useless. Where are they? Yeah, so Bosnia and Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Croatia, and Ukraine are returning this year after taking a break mostly for political reasons. In Ukraine's case, the other countries tend to be more economic reasons. Either way, 43 countries are taking part. Over the next few weeks, I won't be playing the songs from this year's Eurovision Song Contest because I like to enter the semi-finals and the final with I don't want to go in with any sort of pre-conditioned ideas. I want to go in with a completely blank sheet and be surprised at how amazing or awful the entries are. What I will do is I'll go back through the archive and play you some songs that didn't win the Eurovision Song Contest. So last year, a song that's still in my head is Israel's entry, which was Golden Boy. I mean, this lad was only 16, and it's not the normal type of music I would like, but it's catchy. Anyway, I will play Israel's Golden Boy and a few other tracks for you next week. Thank you for tuning in, as always, and get in touch. You can tweet me at Matt Streuli or tweet the station directly. It's at SouthWaves Radio. This year's Eurovision Song Contest is going to be quite exciting, particularly if you're from Belarus. This year's Belarus entry is going to be naked and performing on stage with a pack of wolves. Interestingly enough, according to the BBC News website, there's no rules against performing naked on stage at the Eurovision Song Contest. Which you'd have thought, given that you could end up offending all of Europe, you'd have thought there would be rules against that. No. Instead, there's rules about using live animals. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. The German entry has already been swapped out. All sorts of debacles have already happened. It's going to be great fun. Meanwhile, to play us out, Eric Clapton. I'm Matt Streuli. This is SouthWaves Radio. This is Layla. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.